Well, I got the head sitting back on there with the dowel pin, so you pretty much can't mess that up. Now I'm going to install the bolts right back in the exact same location I pulled them out. You're actually supposed to replace them when you change the head, but we ain't doing that. The head bolts cost a lot of money. I'm not changing them. They can bite it, if you know what I'm saying. But this is how I divided my head bolts, so I knew which one was what. I'm not going to set them in the engine bay because I don't want them dirty. I'm going to pull them out one by one, clean them, and put them where they go. God, that head looks so good. Big shout out to the machine shop. They only charged me $53. So I did a little pre-work off camera that you didn't see, like where these head bolts go down into the block. I like to clean all the oil, water, whatever might get into them threads. I clean all that out so that when you're bolting these down, you don't pull that crap up and in between the head and the block and destroy your head gasket. So that's something else that I did off camera that I didn't show you. So we got that done. Got a little bit old gasket right there. These engines, you have to put a little dab of gasket sealant right here in the corners. I'm going to cut this hose flat right here so it'll go back on there nice and neat. We're going to put a new clamp on there. Alright, so I am going to torque down the head bolts, and you basically start in the middle, then work your way out. And you got to do it 4 times. The first time you torque them down to 14 pounds, then to 36, then to 49, and then the 4th time you do it again to 49, and again you work your way out until you're done. So it's pretty easy to do. Alright, to do this for number 2, 36 foot-pounds. we got the head torqued down. Now I'm going to clean up the thermostat. I bought the thermostat and I bought a brand new radiator cap from Honda. Those are the only two items I bought from Honda, and I do that because they're spring loaded and I know Honda is going to have the correct spring tension on their springs. Alright, well, we got our thermostat ready to go with the gasket. We're going to put that baby right where she belongs. Then we're going to put this baby right where she belongs. And we're going to grab our bolts. Thermostat housing is back on. Now I need to get the ground millimeter bolt back on. You don't have to take this off. I took it off because I wanted to completely remove my thermostat housing and clean it really good. And it's just easier. Alright, so we got the intake manifold gasket on. Now I gotta cut my zip ties holding the intake. Get them out of there. Alright, we got that out of there. Alright, she's back where she goes. Have some intake bolts. I'm just going to slowly start getting some back on. Finger tight. Just going to help hold it on. Alright, so we have the timing belt back on. We just slid it back on. I slid on the exhaust. I still have to tighten it down, but it's on there. So we're going to tighten the exhaust down and finish this baby up real fast. Alright. Exhaust manifold is on. Of course, we lost the camera, but now we're putting the exhaust back on, the exhaust shield. I'm getting her done. Killing myself while doing it. I haven't turned the key or nothing yet. All I've done is put everything back together. Check the oil, top the oil off. I had to put maybe a half a quart in there. Now I'm going to top off the water and the antifreeze. I've already put about a quart of antifreeze in there. Alright. Let's cross our fingers. I'm going to start the car. Do one more double take. Pretty sure everything's on there like it should be. Alright. Alright guys, there you go. She started right up. She did idle a little high. Whatever, we got that worked out. I think it was one tooth off in timing. If I could go back and change how I would did it, I would probably just zip tie the timing belt right to that top cam gear, get it over with, and just unbolt it right off the top of the head and take the head off. I've done that before in the past. It just didn't even cross my mind this time. Regardless, it was one tooth off in timing. I got that fixed, worked out, and she runs fine. I put about 6,000 miles on it since that last, since I put the head on it. Now I wanted to make sure she ran real good, but plus I had a lot going on. That's why it took me so long to get this video edited and put out. Christmas time to give away, you know, life. Anyway, 6,000 miles later, she's still running strong. Not used any water. She does burn about a quart and a half in between oil changes. It's a 20-year-old Honda. I don't care. I'm gonna beat it till it's dead. That's all I can say. It does have a valve cover issue to where the bolts are stripped out a little bit on the valve cover. I'm gonna fix that. So I'll get that fixed, and I have put a complete tune-up on it, NGK plugs and wires. I ordered a little kit on eBay. Came with the distributor cap, rotor button. The distributor that was on there had to have been aftermarket. There was no way to remove the rotor button off the distributor, and the Honda's has a little Phillips head screw to remove the rotor button. So went to the junkyard, pull apart, $38. You can't beat that for a factory Honda distributor. Picked one of them up, put it on there. She runs perfect, man, perfect. The only thing mechanically other than that I've done to it is I did fix the driver's side axle. She was popping when I bought her, and the passenger side was just starting to pop, so I fixed the driver's side and left the passenger side. Now the passenger side is popping 6,000 miles later. I'll throw one on eventually. I don't care. It's got new radio, new tires. It runs like a brand new car as far as I'm concerned. It's a 20-year-old Honda. I've got less than $1,400 in it with the radio, the tires, all the parts, fixing the head, buying the car, everything. And I've put 6,000 miles on it already, and she's still beating like a champ. So there you go. I actually just picked up this little Toyota Yaris, $1,500. It's a 07 model, so I might show you that here on the channel. I've already put a water pump on it, didn't even video it. Just who wants to watch a Yaris water pump video, right? Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Peace. Subscribe.